Can kindness and beauty defeat dark magic? Let's discover the story of the Pearl Princess and the Ocean Witch. Once upon a time, nestled in the heart of a vast and sparkling ocean, there was an enchanting island kingdom known as Coralia. The kingdom was renowned for its breathtaking beauty, with vibrant coral reefs, playful dolphins and whales, and most notably, the magnificent Pearl Palace that shimmered like a giant pearl under the sun. In this enchanting kingdom lived Princess Narina, who was known throughout the land as the Pearl Princess. Now, Princess Narina was unlike any other princess you've ever heard of before. Her skin was the color of polished gold, shimmering and radiant like the first rays of dawn. Her eyes sparkled like the finest turquoise, reflecting wisdom beyond her years and a kindness that touched everyone she met. And then there was her hair, long and wavy, cascading down her back like a waterfall of molten gold. It flowed and shifted with every movement, catching the light and scattering it around her like 1,000 tiny suns. Whenever the sun kissed the tips of her hair, it seemed to ignite, setting her entire crown ablaze with 1,000 tiny flames. This magnificent mane was not just a wonder to behold, but held a secret magic all its own. For each strand of her hair was said to contain a pearl, tiny shimmering pearls that whispered tales of the ocean's secrets to those who listened closely. But what truly set Princess Narina apart was her heart. While many princesses dreamed of grand balls and handsome princes, Narina found joy in the simple things, the laughter of children, the warmth of the sun on her face, and above all, the love of her people. She was known to spend hours each day walking among her subjects, listening to their joys and sorrows and finding ways to help. One day, as Princess Narina strolled through the bustling marketplace, she noticed an old woman sitting alone, her face buried in her hands. Curiosity tugged at Narina's heart. Despite her busy schedule, she couldn't help but stop and ask if everything was all right. The old woman looked up, her eyes filled with sadness. She explained that she had lost her precious pearl necklace, a gift from her late husband, and without it, she felt lost and alone. Narina's heart went out to the old woman. She understood that sometimes the greatest treasures weren't gold or jewels, but the tokens of love and memory. So she did something truly remarkable. She reached out and gently touched the old woman's hand, then closed her eyes and concentrated. She reached out and gently touched the old woman's hand, then closed her eyes and concentrated. Suddenly, strands of her own hair began to shimmer and glow, transforming into a beautiful pearl necklace. The old woman's eyes widened in surprise and joy as Narina presented it to her. The old woman was overcome with gratitude and exclaimed, "Oh, my dear princess, you have no idea how much this means to me." From that day on, whenever anyone in Coralia needed help, they knew they could turn to Princess Narina, the kind and generous ruler with a heart as big as the sea and hair as radiant as the sun. Now, even though Princess Narina was loved by her people, there were some who envied her beauty and power. Among them was the sea witch Maligna, a spiteful creature who lived in the darkest depths of the ocean. She yearned to be the most powerful and feared being in the seas, and she believed that Narina stood in her way. So she hatched a wicked plan to take the princess's powers and beauty for herself. One day, while Narina was taking one of her beloved strolls through the marketplace, Maligna appeared before her in a flash of green light. "Greetings, princess," she hissed, her voice dripping with malice. "I am the sea witch Maligna, and I have a proposition for you." Narina, taken aback by the sudden appearance of this strange and eerie-looking woman, cautiously replied, "And what would you want with me?" Sea witch Maligna, with a wicked grin spreading across her face, declared, "I have long admired your beauty, princess, and I believe I can enhance it beyond your wildest dreams. In exchange for a small favor, I will make you the most beautiful creature in all of Coralia." Narina, confused and slightly suspicious, asked, "What kind of favor?" Maligna, her grin widening, revealed her true intentions. "I want your magical pearl pendant, the one that symbolizes the light and heart of your kingdom." Narina hesitated. The pendant had been passed down to her by her ancestors, and removing it would not only break her own powers, but also diminish the magic that protected her entire kingdom. But the thought of enhancing her beauty perhaps to help others feel more confident, tempted her. Seeing her struggle, Malika pressed on, "Don't be a fool, child. Think of the good you could do with greater beauty. You could become the most stunning creature in the sea, admired by all." Narina struggled with the decision. On one hand, she had a responsibility to her people and to her kingdom's magic. But the allure of increased beauty was hard to resist. As days turned into weeks, Narina found herself torn between her duty and the temptation of enhanced beauty. The more Malika taunted her, the more difficult it became to resist. Finally, unable to bear the weight of her decision any longer, Narina agreed to the sea witch's proposal. In exchange for the pendant, Malika promised to make Narina the most beautiful creature in all of Coralia. Once the pendant was hers, Magni vanished, leaving Narina feeling empty and powerless. As soon as Maligna got her hands on the pendant, its magic began to drain away, causing the light and life force of the kingdom to falter. With Narina's power gone, the balance of power in the seas shifted dramatically. Maligna, now the most powerful being in Coralia, wasted no time in asserting her dominance. Using the stolen magic of the pendant, she unleashed a wave of darkness over the kingdom, turning day into night and casting an ominous shadow over the once vibrant coral reefs. The playful dolphins and whales fell under her spell, becoming her minions and spreading fear throughout the ocean. Narina, horrified by the chaos she had unleashed, realized the gravity of her mistake. Her people were suffering, and it was all because of her. Determined to fix what she had done, Narina set out on a quest to find the sea witch Maligna and reclaim her stolen pendant. She journeyed to the darkest depths of the ocean, facing treacherous currents and terrifying sea creatures, all while battling the guilt and despair that threatened to consume her. As she searched, Narina encountered wise sea turtles who shared ancient tales of defeating evil, resilient sea horses who taught her the power of hope, and courageous clownfish who showed her the strength and unity. Through these encounters, Narina slowly regained her strength and resolve died at last. She came face to face with Maligna in the sea witch's lair. The lair was a dark and twisted place, a reflection of Maligna's corrupted heart. Narina, drawing upon the wisdom and courage she had gained on her journey, confronted the sea witch. "Maligna, you have caused enough pain and suffering. It's time for it to end." With newfound determination in her voice, Narina challenged Maligna. The sea witch sneered, "So the little princess thinks she can defeat me. You are nothing but a powerless child." But Narina surprised her. Instead of attacking, Narina used her words, reminding Maligna of a time before the darkness consumed her when there was still good in her heart. "You were once kind and compassionate, Maligna. It's not too late to turn back." Maligna faltered. A flicker of her former self, a hint of sadness and regret crossed her face. For a moment, Narina saw a chance to break the curse, to save her kingdom and perhaps redeem the sea witch as well. Taking advantage of this opening, Narina reached out, offering the sea witch a chance at redemption. "Let me help you, Maligna. Let us bring light back to your heart and heal this kingdom together." Maligna looked at Narina, her expression unreadable. Then, with a deep sigh that seemed to carry the weight of ages, she made her choice. The transformation was immediate and spectacular as the stolen pendant was returned to Narina. Its magic surged through her, banishing the shadows that had enveloped her kingdom. With the true balance of power restored, Narina didn't punish the once fearsome sea witch, but instead offered her forgiveness and friendship. Together, they began the arduous task of healing the wounds that Maligna had inflicted on Coralia and its inhabitants. Over time, Narina's wisdom and compassion, combined with Malika's knowledge of dark magic, proved to be a powerful force for good. They worked tirelessly, bringing light back to the darkened reefs and restoring the magic that had been stolen from Narina's people. As the kingdom slowly began to heal, Narina realized that true power didn't come from beauty or magic, but from the strength of her character and the bond she shared with her people. She had learned that true beauty wasn't about outward appearances, but about the kindness and compassion that shone from within. And so, Princess Narina continued to rule over Coralia with wisdom and grace, proving that a gentle heart and a clear mind were the most radiant jewels of all. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to subscribe my Chanel Rosalinda Kids AI. Hit the like button and turn on the notification bell to get all the new stories.